You ever walk into a place and know right off you don't belong? Not just because you look different, but because folks want you to feel it. That was me the morning I walked into that so-called elite tactical training camp wearing an old hoodie and sneakers that had seen better days, backpack slung over one shoulder. No fancy iPad, not even a military haircut. Just me in a bag that still smelled faintly of gun oil and cold rain. Soon as I stepped in, folks didn't even bother to look up. To them, I was just a nobody in the wrong place, maybe looking for a lost dog or a free meal. First thing that happened, one of the instructors, the kind that probably polishes his medals every morning, takes one look at me and mutters, "Ghost Viper looks more like she's dodging basic service." And yeah, that stung. But I'd heard worse. I just walked over, unzipped my pack, and the old steel tag inside caught the light, that deep red glow, the kind of thing that makes even the loudest guy in the room bite his tongue. 60 seconds later, I'm standing over an MMA recruit guy's knocked out cold from a single takedown, and suddenly the room's a little quieter. That's how fast things flip when you're not what they expect. But if you're thinking they welcomed me with open arms after that, nah, not even close. That place was all sharp haircuts, crisp uniforms, boot-licking egos. The guys in their tactical vests flexing like every day was graduation. I didn't fit. Not with my faded joggers, my stained old sneakers, that backpack of mine that looked like it'd been dragged through every muddy base between here and Kandahar. You know what I mean. The kind of place where a look can weigh more than words. Did I flinch? Not a bit. I just kept walking straight to the main hall. The whispers started before I got 10 feet. Who let her in? Is she lost? People nudging each other, eyes cutting sideways. It was all there, that old familiar weight, and I carried it just like I always had. So I slip into the briefing hall. Whole room is wall to wall with recruits, fresh haircuts, shiny gear, instructors strutting around like they own the place. I pick a spot in the back, barely set my bag down before this linebacker-built guy in front spins around and says, "You must be in the wrong room." Says it real loud so everyone can hear. Then this blonde girl with a uniform so clean it looked ironed onto her leans over and whispers, "Looking for the kitchen, sweetheart." That stung a little, but I wasn't new to being underestimated. Clipboard guy, the teaching assistant, sees it, frowns like I'm wasting his time. "This class is for those who exceeded entry standards," he says, tight and clipped, then waves me out to verify my paperwork. I hand over the invitation. He stares at it, trying to find the typo, like maybe I printed it off at Kinko's. He sends me off to logistics, already writing me off as a joke. The logistics office is a box stuffed with paper and stale coffee. Guy at the desk asks my name, taps it into his computer. Then his eyes go wide. He's suddenly stuttering, "Direct admit, special program," that kind of thing. Another instructor leans in. "That program got shut down, didn't it? But they processed my papers and pushed me back out with a warning not to expect any special treatment. When I get back, nobody's saved my spot. They've stuck me with the misfits guys, with records, girls who failed psych evals, a squad called Moral Rehab, which is about as warm a welcome as a dog's cold nose at dawn." Somebody leans over, whispers, "She'll be gone by Friday." Maybe they believed it, maybe they just wanted to. First day's drills, obstacle course team formations, instructors barking orders. I'm standing off to the side taking it in. Female instructor with a bun so tight her eyebrows are at war with her hairline, comes over boots kicking up dust, says, "You not participating," or just here to take notes like a wannabe journalist. Some of the recruits snicker. I look her in the eye and say, "I'm observing." She laughs, says, "This ain't a spectator sport, kid. Get in line or get out." But I just flip a page in my notebook. She storms off, muttering about wasted space. They kept coming, little digs, side eyes, a recruit muttering "loser" as he jogged past. Didn't bother me much. But I'll tell you, sometimes even when you're bulletproof, you still feel the sting. You just don't let it show. Halfway through the morning, instructor stops his briefing, calls me out for not having a tablet, like that's some national security threat. Demands I empty my bag. I don't budge, so two assistants grab it and dump everything onto the table up front. Just some pens, my notebook, and a military uniform faded but neat with a patch SV013. That's when the whispers change. Somebody mutters, "Ghost Viper." An old instructor gets close, says he once knew someone with that tag. Nobody survived her sparring rounds. I pick up the uniform, fold it, walk back to my seat. Room's changed. Now they're all watching, but not sure what they're seeing. Lunch rolls around and the arguments heat up. "She's a fake," some wiry guy says. "Probably looted that uniform off a corpse." Girl with a ponytail starts a live stream. "Fake elite busted at JCTC." I eat my sandwich in silence, but the air's thick with tension. Then this broad-shouldered recruit woman with a buzzed mohawk stands over me, arms crossed. "You think you're slick parading around with that tag like you're some war hero?" My brother was in special ops. He'd never let a poser disrespect his unit. Room goes dead quiet. I set down my sandwich, ask, "What's your brother's name?" She blinks, says Ronnie Tate. I nod, say, "Good man." "Kandahar, right?" Carried his squad leader 2 miles under fire. Her arms drop. She goes pale. I pick up my sandwich again. Room still silent. Then it all blows open. Officer checks my steel tag. When I touch it, it glows red, restricted unit insignia pulsing. His phone buzzes, screen flashes, access denied. Omega clearance required. A senior advisor storms in, face white as a sheet, and yells, "Everyone stand down. She's not here to be evaluated." After that, people avoid my eyes. Afternoon drills, they stick me with the moral rehab squad for a mock mission. Their leader, loudmouth with a shaved head, ignores me, draws up a lousy ambush plan. I point out his exposed flanks. He mocks me. When the simulation fails, exactly how I said, the whole team looks away embarrassed, but no one says thanks. Comms training 1 instructor's itching to see me screw up, tells me to patch through to secondary. I do it clean. Another recruit hotshot with a shiny earpiece mumbles, "She just got lucky." So I mute his channel. Room cracks up, instructor just shakes his head. But the sharks are circling, buzz cut guy, the blonde, the clipboard TA. They're building a case against me, saying I'm a fraud, that my tag's fake. The tension's thick, everyone's stretching, getting ready for a showdown. So they line up a test. She claims Ghost Viper. Let's see it. They put me against a former Marine guy twice my size. Says he won't hit women, but I'll need a medic. I take off my hoodie, step on the mat. Phones come out, people filming, waiting for me to get wrecked. He charges, I shift, dodge, lock his neck, flip him over my hip. 9 seconds flat, and he's laid out, nose bleeding, can't even stand. Room's dead silent. I bow, step off. General advisor whispers, "We thought she vanished in Excelta." Afterwards, a young recruit asks how I did it. I tell him, "Stop trying to prove you're enough. Just be." He nods, walks off different. Maybe that's the only lesson worth a damn. The whole camp changes after that. Mockers turn quiet. The blonde's live stream cuts out, buzz cut. Guy won't meet my eye. The Marine's nursing his pride in the infirmary. I'm back to my notebook, but now they're watching me like I'm a ghost. That night, a kid with a scar on his cheek asks, "Is it true you're one of them?" I just close my notebook, lay back on my bunk. Tension hums in the dark. Next morning, live fire at the range. Some hotshot tries to call me out. I spot a flaw in his shooting. Instructor checks, "Yep, I'm right." The respect's there now, even if nobody says it. Then word drops official. I'm not under evaluation, just here on direct orders to observe. That shatters what was left of their ego games. The TA gets reassigned. Blonde loses her sponsorship. Buzz-cut guys expelled for insubordination. Not my doing, but the truth hits like a freight train. Later, I find myself by the memorial wall tracing old names. An instructor asks if I knew one of the fallen. I say he saved my life. He nods. Lost a lot of good ones in Excelta, that's all we say. Sometimes you don't need more. And then a black SUV pulls up. Out steps a man whose presence says power doesn't need to announce it. He walks right up to me, asks, "Ready?" I nod, grab my bag, and we leave together. The camp just stops. That's how it goes when you don't fit their mold, but the mold was never meant for you anyway. I didn't break them. I didn't have to. I just stood my ground, let the facts do the talking. You ever been there, judged, doubted, whispered about, but you kept moving? That's what matters. Sarah's story isn't just mine, it's yours too. Where are you watching from? Drop a comment. Let's talk about what's right, what's wrong, what justice really means. Stick around, because I promise these stories, they're not done yet.
Xin chào các bạn, mình là Trinh, mình phụ trách viết content. Trên đây là những công việc của mình là mình lên mạng xã hội tìm hiểu những video.
Thank you, man. Hey, if you guys have any trouble, let somebody know, please.
After the tree to hold on to.
Yeah, they're-